Hey friends, this is Warrior Ranjit and today we will see the similarities and the differences between the Kung Fu and the Kalaripayattu. So first, let's start with the name. Meaning of the Kung Fu. Kung Fu is made up of two words and the meaning of this word is anything achieved through hard work or practice can be said as a Kung Fu. Not necessarily the martial arts, but it can be eating also, or it can be cooking also. Kalaripayattu is also made up of two words, the Kalari and the Payattu. Kalari means the place where martial arts practice is done is Kalari, and Payattu means the martial arts practice. Practicing martial arts in Kalari is said as Kalaripayattu. Both the arts had seen their downfall with time. The Kalaripayattu masters has seen the British rule over India and therefore the loss of art was there. Same thing happened with the Shaolin Kung Fu too. In year 1723, the Shaolin Kung Fu has seen a lot of destruction by the nationalist regime of China. The emperor at that time has caused a lot of destruction to the Shaolin Kung Fu. Now let's talk about the core structure of both the arts. So in Kalaripayattu, you will see in starting practice lot of strength building and lot of flexibility exercises are done. Same thing is with Kung Fu also. In Kung Fu also lot of strength building exercises and the flexibility exercises are done. In both of these arts, the few kicks are done for increasing the flexibility, which are common, but there are the technical differences too, which I will show you in some other video. As we all know, in Kung Fu there are a lot of animal styles. Same thing is with the Kalaripayattu also. But Kalaripayattu practitioners don't try to copy the animal in full. Instead, they copy the certain animal patterns and try to apply those in combat. The core structure of the Kalaripayattu is such that first weaponry training is taught and then comes the bare hand combat known as the Verumkai Prayogam. But in Kung Fu, first bare hand combat is taught and weapon training is given side by side. One of the point note is few Kalaris in India like ours teach Verumkai Prayogam right from the starting. In Kalaripayattu, there are lot of open hand strikes and then there are few punches too. Same thing is with the Kung Fu also. So this thing is very similar. In Kung Fu also there are a lot of open hand strikes and then there are punches too. In Kalaripayattu there are few knuckle punches also like this, this or this. Strike the pressure points known as the marmas. Same thing is with the Kung Fu also. In Kung Fu those pressure points are known as the dim knack points. But yes, there are very rare masters in Kung Fu who knows that dim knack, that those pressure point strikes. Health aspects to develop the prana inside the body is very deep in Kalaripayattu, and same thing is with Kung Fu. There are a lot of good exercises in the Kung Fu too to develop the chi inside the body. So chi in Kung Fu is equal to the prana in Kalaripayattu. In Kalaripayattu there are a lot of locks and one can use those locks for the offensive and the defensive purposes. And same thing is with the Kung Fu also. In Kung Fu also there are a lot of locks known as the chin nas. These arts, there are methods to unlock the lock applied by someone. So if someone applies locks on me, I have the methods to counter those locks to unlock myself. Same thing is in Kung Fu also, but few masters knows about this unlock method. In Kalaripayattu there are a lot of throws, takedowns and slips also, and same thing is with the Kung Fu. But one point to note is in Kalaripayattu the throws counter are taught right from the starting point. There are counter of throws in Kung Fu also, but very few masters knows about those things. In Kalaripayattu, practitioner learns the medicine portion also, known as Marma Chikitsa or the whole Ayurveda too. Similarly, in Kung Fu also there is a medicine portion, but not as deep as Kalaripayattu. In Kalaripayattu, it's very deep, and without learning it, you cannot become a guru. So if you have seen all the points of the video, we can come to a conclusion that both these arts have lot of similar things. Both have open hand strikes, both have the pressure point striking with their hands, knuckle punch strikes, then elbow strikes, then knee strikes. Both have throws, takedowns, slips, etc. The kicks are also almost same, but yes, in Kalari we hit with our leg big toe, not present in the Kung Fu. But yes, we cannot ignore that both these arts have different way of practicing, and there are few technical differences between the postures too, which I will share with you in some other video. So we can come to a conclusion that Kung Fu was inspired by some South Indian art, because we know the Bodhidharma linkage also with Shaolin Temple, and Bodhidharma was from the Tamil Nadu. And we do not know what Bodhidharma actually learned. He either learned the Silambam, he either learned the Kalaripayattu, or he either learned the both. And there are a lot of similarities between the Southern Kalari and the Silambam. And yes, one more thing. According to me, it do not matters what came from whom. Was Kung Fu actually inspired by the Kalaripayattu? Because the only thing that matters, the person from whom you are learning knows how much. Because your fighting ability will never depend on your art being an old. Your fighting ability will depend on your understanding of the art and practicing the art. Because it is possible that you learn the whole art but still you don't have the ability to fight. It is possible you learn the whole Kung Fu, you don't know how to fight. It is possible you learn the whole Kalaripayattu but still you don't have the ability to fight. So an art just being an old will not teach you how to fight. Look for a good teacher and understand your art and practice for what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve it for the demonstration purpose, do that practice. If you want to achieve it for the combat purpose, do that practice. Martial arts like Kalaripayattu and Kung Fu are practiced for a variety of reasons. Okay, so just be clear with the reasons. So how did you like the video? Just tell me in the comment section, was this video informative for you or not? If I have missed some point, just let me know, and I will include that in some other video. Till then, Har Har Mahadev.